Improv. Okay. My dad, rough conversation about his new hobby. And that hobby is that my hippie dad is now making magic, what? Wands! Yes! Yes, goddammit! My father's making magic wands! Wands! My father's new passion, this is true, 100% true. My father's new passion is that he goes into the woods, forages for twigs and sticks, and then hand whittles them into crystal-charged magic wands that he won't sell. What are you doing this for? What are you making these for? You got 40 to 70 wands ready to go tonight, Daddy-o! You're buried alive in wands. You got nowhere to keep these wands. Buried alive in wands. Dad makes magic wands. Mom's a practicing Wiccan. I was actually born a stick of sage. So now I'm a real boy. Okay, there we go. And I told my dad, I was like, Pops, you gotta sell these wands. What are you doing? This is my inheritance we're talking about. You gotta sell them. Get some money. Don't you like money? And I swear to God, when I'm like, you gotta sell these wands, you know? I swear to God, my old man looks at me. My old man looks at me and he says to me, no, I swear he looks at me and he says to me, no, he says to me, you know, my old man looks at me and he says to me, you know, he says to me, no, he looks at me and he says, no, I swear to God, he says to me, yeah, he looks at me and he says, he says to me, old man looks at me and he says to me, what does he say? He looks at me and he says to me, I swear to God, because I'm like, you gotta sell these wands, you know? I mean, this is the guy who taught me how to throw a football better than you think. And, sorry, am I on the team? I swear to God, my old man says to me. He says, you know. Because I'm like, you gotta sell these wands, you know what I mean? And this fucking guy, I swear, he looks at me and he says, no, he says to me. He looks at me and he says, no, he says to me, what does he say? What does he say? What does it say? For the love of God, you gotta tell me! I fall through the stage. What does he say? What does he say to you? What does he say? You know, because I'm like, you gotta sell these wands, you know what I mean? And he looks at me and he says to me, he looks at me and he says, this guy just puked blood in the back. He's so frustrated. That's part of the deal, baby. No, because I'm like, you gotta sell these wands, you know what I mean? This is the show. This is the rest of the show. Doors are locked. Drinks are flowing. This is what's happening. Because my fucking dad says to me, when I say to him, you gotta sell these wands, he looks at me and he says to me, he looks at me and he says, I don't know these people. I don't know what they're gonna do with my wands. They through text message on his goddamn Samsung Galaxy S4. Your texts are showing up green, Daddy-o. Don't you want to get laid? Blue text equals yum. Green text, poor. I'm just joking around. What if I get booed off stage for talking shit about Samsungs? That's what does me in. My dad is not fond of that bit. He doesn't like me talking about his magic wands at all. He gets upset. He's upset about this bit. And he called me the other day when he saw that bit on TV. And, how you doing? I call YouTube TV, so calm down. No, he saw that bit and he called me and he was like, hey, I need you to stop talking shit about my wands. And I was like, well, then you're gonna need to stop making wands, because it's truly all I think about or talk about all the time. And then he says to me, no, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Another 4 hours of that. Psychotic nightmare.